Hello everyone. Welcome
What?
welcome back. Wow, that was a little loud. Alright, let's get Carth all med-packed up, because that's a phrase.
What?
Okay, we are running a little low on med packs, but we should be alright for now, for what we want to accomplish here. So, let's have her do a sniper shot,
What?
and let's switch to Carth as they're running out here, so we make sure that Carth is the front line. My apologies that the Rakghouls are a little loud.
I'm here.
The game counts them as voice actors, I'm pretty certain, because I have all the sounds and the music turned down rather low, and I haven't had any issues with sounds overpowering anything, except the Rakghouls for some reason, and I think that it's because they're counted as voice actors, which I think is a little silly, but what do I know? Alright, let's throw a grenade for ya. Alright. Alright, let's pause combat. Have Carth rush. This is a technique you can use, especially if you're... Let me finish this battle first. Anyway, I'll try not to talk during the battles because the Rakghouls are a little loud. But this is a technique you can use, especially if you're playing like kind of a squishy character like I am. My character has a high awareness and can spot mines and everything, and I like to control my own character. But if I find that having her take her turns early a lot of times makes the Rakghouls and other enemies run at her kind of quickly, and we don't want that. We want Carth to be the main tank right now. So what I've been doing is pausing combat, switching to Carth, and then switching back to my character once they're kind of focusing him. That's been working really well for me. So that's what we're going to be doing a lot of, especially down here where there's so much melee. I mean, that's what the Rakghouls are, and I really don't want to get poisoned, because I don't have that many vitality points. That's what they're called in this game. VP instead of hit points. It's really the same thing. Alright, so we're looking around the sewers, and we found a few things here and there, but nothing too exciting so far. We did see some rubble and an entranceway. Now and there's one other entranceway in here that goes down to the lower sewers, and we will be visiting there later. There will be things we need to do, and that's where Zalbar is, Mission's Wookiee friend. Alright. Also, a nice trick for disabling these mines is not clicking to recover them from far away, running up and then clicking, because sometimes if you run at them, you'll explode the mines before you can recover them or disable them. I find this is just easier. Let's get them all. They're handy to have in case there's a battle, a big battle, it's coming. But I don't use them that much.
Help me. Please. I can feel it inside my skin. Something growing. Like some kind of hideous disease.
Get away from me, you diseased freak.
No! No! I can feel it! Ah!
What happened to his clothes? I find that bizarre.
Let's go!
It's only one Rakghoul, I'm not that worried. Yeah, that's what I thought there. Rakghouls are also awfully shiny. Alright, let's go get that mine over there. I like free things. Always a fan. Nice thing about this game is I don't think you actually have a limited inventory. You can carry as much crap as you like. Now, no idea where she stores it in this outfit. I mean, it's a mystery. For how much stuff you can get this game, I feel like you need like just a guy carrying around a giant sack. But I'm glad that we removed realism in that aspect, because I don't like having to worry about how much space I have in my inventory.
You there,
Civilian, this is a restricted area. What are you doing down here?
Look, I've got all the proper security papers.
Security papers? Oh, you're one of those trackers the commander sent down, right? They should have given you an armed escort. It's nasty down here. We've already lost one patrol. We figure the Rakghouls got them. We've had so many encounters with those things, we've actually run out of Rakghoul Serum. Plus, we've had several skirmishes with looters from those lower city swoop gangs. I'm telling you, we should just stay in the upper city where we're in control.
Now, we could fight him, but honestly, I don't see the reason. So, you just follow your orders and keep looking.
Hey, I'd never disobey my orders. I'm not a fan of court-martials and executions. I was just talking, you know. Nothing anyone has to mention to the commander. Come on, Patrol, let's get back to it. The sooner we get this search done, the sooner we can get out of this mutant-infested hole. Move out. Come on, Patrol, let's get back to it. The sooner we get this search done, the sooner we can get out of this mutant-infested hole. Move out.
Alright. So, we could have fought those guys, and you can. They're a little bit tough, though, and I honestly didn't think it was worth it. Alright, we are a little bit low, and we're getting somewhat low on med packs. I kind of don't want to use this med pack on her, though. Let's put an energy shield on Carth, and an energy shield on me. Just to be sure that everything's okay.
I'm here.
Alright, let's enter combat. Oh, what?
Ha! How'd you like that? Ha! How'd you like that?
I think they liked it, Carth. But one nice thing about energy shields is, like, if you're getting a little crazy, I mean, we've got a lot of energy shields, and they do kind of help with fights, I think.
Huh?
Alright, mission needs to level up, so let's do that. Alright, let's give her some computer skills, some repair skills, and some awareness. We want to give her some things that I don't currently have, and she's got a lot of skills to spare. Also, I think I'm going to go conditioning on her. It's pretty decent all-around feat.
I'm here.
Alright, this fight right here is actually a little bit challenging. One of the more challenging, just because of the group. Alright, let's see. We'll throw a grenade. Let's launch a frag grenade over there.
Now that must have hurt.
Ha! How'd you like that?
Now sadly, they're focusing me. Get
Damn
away.
it! Poison!
I don't feel so good.
Alright, there we go. The reason why that's one of the tougher fights is, one, there's a lot of them, and two, there is a Rakghoul fiend in that group, and he is tougher than all the others. Yeah, mission's down, but she'll be right back up because there's no enemies around. Oh, earlier I said, and I just realized this, I said that there wasn't anything really exciting with what we picked up. I unintentionally lied. There is actually, we did actually find a Promised Land Apprentice Journal, and I forgot that, I just didn't notice it was in that particular corpse. But the entry tells you that there's nothing interesting until the end. It says, I have uncovered evidence that others have been seeking out the fabled land, and that their treks have led them into the sewers. I have decided that I must go there as well. So that might be something Rakghoul would be interested in. Alright, wow, we found the Rakghoul syndrome. We found the Rakghoul Serum. Yep, that just happened. But that is very good, and we can give that to either the medical center for light side points, or we can give it to Zax for dark side points and some money. Well, I'm gonna give you one guess to figure out which one I'm gonna do. We're in the money. Oh, I should probably give some med packs to Mission here. She's getting pretty low. Alright, just in case we run into more Rakghouls, although we probably won't, so that might have been a little bit of a waste. But we are going to head back over here anyway to tell Rakghoul what's going on, heal up, get some items, and just do some unfinished business in general. I wanted to give the serum to Zax. We're definitely going to do that. Where are you, Rakghoul? I know you're around here. Ah, you're over here.
Greetings once more, Upworlder. Do you bring news of my apprentice? Have you discovered her fate and proved yourself to be a true savior of my people?
Your apprentice is dead. I have her journal.
It is as I feared, then. She joins the list of those who have given their lives in the service of our cause. But though I am saddened by this news, there is yet hope. By finding my apprentice, you have proved yourself worthy, Upworlder. You are to be the beacon on our path to salvation. You will guide us to the promised land.
I think you have me confused with someone else.
You are marked, Upworlder. Even my dim old eyes can see the mantle of destiny that cloaks you. Perhaps old Rakghoul knows you better than you know yourself. I am old. I have lived 100 years in the Undercity, cast down into the darkness. I know the legends and history of our people, and now you must learn it too.
Very well. Tell me the history of your people.
The great city of Taris covers the entire surface of this planet. There is no land to grow food. Kelp harvests and the creatures of the sea are our only food source. A century ago, rising levels of toxic pollution poisoned the oceans, and famine swept the planet. The rich hoarded food for their own use, and the poor were left to starve and die.
From what I've seen of Taris, it doesn't look like much has changed. Except for the upper city, people here are just as bad off as the poor in your little history.
But the poor rose up against this tyranny, and civil war engulfed the planet. Millions died in the fighting, and huge sections of Taris were destroyed or abandoned. The rebellion was crushed in the end. Thousands were taken prisoner. The jails could not hold them all, and so the practice of banishing all prisoners to the Undercity was born.
What does this have to do with me?
Many brave men and women were banished here to the Undercity for their part in the rebellion. People like my father and grandfather were cast down, along with their families.
What did you expect? If they could get away with it, the Tarisian nobles would stuff their own mothers down here to make more room in the upper city.
Now we live a dark existence beneath the streets of Taris, a life devoid of all hope but one, the Promised Land. And you will be the one to show us the way to get there.
How can I lead you to this promised land when I don't even know what it is?
Legends tell of a self-sufficient colony founded just before the famine and lost during the Civil War. A paradise beneath the Undercity where droid servants tend to every need. For many years I searched for the Promised Land, just as my grandfather and father did before me. When I became old and gray, my apprentice continued the search on my behalf.
Sounds like a myth to me. Something to give the people here some false hope to cling to so they don't go mad with despair.
I have collected many clues hinting at its location. The journal of my apprentice provides yet more information, but still, there are too many pieces missing from this puzzle. But I know my father and grandfather each had journals where they recorded their own discoveries. Perhaps with their journals I could at last uncover its hidden location.
What will I get if I find these missing journals for you?
I have nothing to offer if you help me in this. I hope the knowledge that you are helping the entire village escape a life of darkness and suffering is reward enough.
Sorry. I need an actual reward if you want my help.
I see. Well, perhaps you are not the savior I seek after all. I can only pray that if you find the journals, you will have a change of heart and bring them to me.
Alright, so we got a lot of history of this place, and a lot of it seems to match up. You can have a conversation with Gendar as well, a little bit about the history. Sounds like after the wars, they cast people down here that were criminals and such, just because there were so many of them, and these people are the relatives. They've been down here that long, which I think is a pretty messed up system, that their relatives are paying for what their ancestors did. Pretty messed up.
I saw you talking with Rakghoul. He told you his legends about the Promised Land, didn't he? He told you all about his missing apprentice and the other lost explorers, right? You know, most people don't believe his stories. They figure he's nothing but an old cook. But I think there might be some truth in what he's saying. That's why I want to stop him.
Why are you telling me this?
Oh, don't worry, I'll make this quick. I've got an offer that might be worth your while. For an outcast, I've got things pretty good. The village relies on me to bring in food and supplies. I'm an important man. If it wasn't for Gendar, I'd be running this place.
I get the feeling if it wasn't for Gendar, this place would be a lot worse off than it is.
But if Rakghoul ever finds his Promised Land, I'm sunk. People won't need to rely on me anymore. I'll just be another nobody like all the rest of the villagers. I won't let that happen.
So, what do you want me to do?
The two explorers who went searching for the Promised Land might have found something. They might have found clues or evidence, just like Rakghoul's apprentice. They would have recorded that information in their journals. I'll pay you if you bring all 3 journals to me. The 2 from the explorers and the 1 from Rakghoul's apprentice. Then I can destroy the evidence and make sure nobody ever finds the Promised Land. I've saved up enough credits for my business here to make it worth your while if you help me.
Ooh. Sounds like a good deal to me.
Once you have all 3 journals, just bring them to me and I'll give you a decent reward. Now, was there something else you needed?
Let me see your inventory.
It ain't the best stuff. Mostly salvage and such, but the prices are right.
Alright, so over here, let's buy some med packs. We're doing pretty decent on money. Let's buy the computer spikes and the repair kits he has. Oops, that's not what I want. And we're good. Okay, so we will continue looking for those entries later. Also, a neat little trick if you get low on health. I will show you how to get some health back without the med packs and without going all the way back up to your apartment.
Back again? Is there something else you need?
I need healing. You can go in there and use the Rakghoul Syndrome, or I called it Syndrome again. What is wrong with me? The Rakghoul Serum on the infected in there. And it is a nice thing to do, but then you can't get it manufactured for everyone by going to the medical facility. And you can't get the money from it by going to Zack's. I can't remember whether if you use it you can find it elsewhere, but I think there may be other places in the game you can find Rakghoul Serum, but it is pretty rare, regardless. So I don't recommend doing that. If you want to help the villagers, I would recommend going to the medical facility, talking to the guy, and then getting more from him, because he'll manufacture it for fairly cheap. Alright, well apparently Mission seems rather distant. Maybe you should talk to her. Huh, maybe I should.
Hey there, what can I do for you?
I want to know a little about you, Mission.
Really? You want to know about me? Nobody's ever really been interested in me before. What do you want to know?
Where are your parents? Don't you have a family?
Big Z's my family, you know? My parents, well, I guess they're dead. It was just me on my own until the day I saw Zalbar in the lower city. I could tell right away he was in trouble. This was before the gang wars were out of hand. But even then, the Volkers were scum. A few of them were hassling Big Z, trying to pick a fight, but he wasn't looking for trouble.
Go on.
Anyway, I don't like the Volkers at the best of times. And when I saw them picking on this poor Wookiee, all alone on a strange planet, overwhelmed by the big city, I just lost it. I screamed out, "Leave him alone, you core slimes!" and charged right at them. Well, one of them saw me coming and slapped me so hard he just about knocked me cold.
Smacking a kid? Those Volkers have no class.
Hey, don't treat me like I'm a little girl. I ain't no kid. I'm 14 years old. Those Volkers didn't scare me. They're nothing but cowards. I knew how to deal with them. Of course, I never got the chance. I guess Zalbar didn't like seeing me get smacked around. He let out this howl and yanked that Volker a meter up off the ground and held him there by his throat.
Did Zalbar kill him?
Are you kidding? Big Z ain't like that. He's just a big old softy inside. Of course, the Volkers didn't know that. The other two screamed and ran off. Can't say I blame them. The first time you see an angry Wookiee up close, it isn't a pretty sight. I thought Zalbar was gonna rip that punk's arms off and beat him to death with his own fists. The Volker was so scared, he fainted. Or maybe it was Big Z's breath just knocked him out. I keep telling Zalbar to brush those choppers of his, but he never listens. Just stay upwind when he's speaking and you'll be fine. Anyway, I knew those Volkers would be back with friends, so I grabbed Zalbar and we took off. Ever since then, we've been a team. We look out for each other, you know?
How did Zalbar end up on Taris?
He was fleeing some kind of trouble back on Kashyyyk. That's all I know, really. Big Z doesn't like to talk about it. In case you didn't notice, he's the strong, silent type. Doesn't much matter to me, though. I accept him for what he is, not what he was. Me and Zalbar like to live in the present.
We should get back to the task at hand.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Like I used to tell my brother, fast talk and slick words don't get the job done.
I didn't know you had a brother.
My brother's a touchy subject, you know. It just so happens I don't really feel like talking about him right now. Nothing personal. Let's just get back to the business at hand, okay?
Alright, so we had our conversation with the mission, and as is the case with most BioWare games, this game does reward you for taking the time to talk to your party members, and I certainly would recommend it. Even though we're playing an evil person who might not be so interested in having nice little chats with our crew members, since I am a charismatic gal and am looking to manipulate people as I see fit, I think that playing nicey-nicey with my party members makes sense in a lot of ways, and I will try to be nice to them pretty much to get the response that I want. Alright, we want to go into the cantina. Alright, I always seem to turn the wrong way, so let's go left this time. Yes. When I'm lost, I tend to just always veer right. Alright, Gurney said I should speak to you about the Rakghoul Serum. I've got the serum, but I want 1,500 credits for it. Forget it. I'll just give the serum to Selka. And interestingly enough, in every other playthrough I've done of this, I've actually been successful at this point, getting more money. But there is some level of randomness based on your stats, and apparently I must have rolled pretty poorly. I've got the serum, but I want 1,500 credits for it. I think that once you fail your roll, you can't persuade him. Alright. Here's the serum. Give me the 1,000 credits. I need some information. I'm not gonna pay you, just ask some questions. I've got a bounty I want to collect on. I'm gonna tell him about Selvin, and actually I originally meant to click on that, but I misclicked. Also, you can start to see, I don't know how well you can see, I think you can, a little bit of the early signs of dark-sidedness. There's a little bit of vein in my face. I want 400 credits for this job. Alright, that was successful. I'll be going now. Alright, it was a bummer not getting the 1500. I've been doing some practice run-throughs, and I've happened to do this part twice recently with this character. It just worked out that way because I forgot to save before something happened. And both times I was able to get the 1500 credits for it, but of course, when I'm doing the real playthrough, and I don't get the 1500 credits. What a bummer. What a bummer. But 1000 credits is still nothing shabby. So we'll take it. Alright, let's head back to, actually, as I go the wrong way, let's head back to the Undercity. Now that we are healed up, we've got some items, we've got some money, we are doing pretty well for ourselves. Let's look at how my character's looking here. Yep, you can see, don't look too menacing yet with the pink, but it's only a matter of time. One of the occasional downsides of this game is there is a little bit of downtime while running between places, but it's not something I mind that much. It's much better than respawning enemies, that is for certain. And that is one thing that I really didn't like about, I don't like that about MMOs in general, or MMORPGs, I guess I should say. But I played a little bit of the Old Republic when it came out, and those respawning enemies just get on my nerves, my goodness. Especially with someone as directionally challenged as I am. I got lost a lot. I'm just gonna buy a few med packs just to be sure that I'm gonna have enough. I've got plenty of money now. Antidote kits are nice, and I did buy some before, but they're not as important as med packs. Antidote kits at least do wear off. So, alright, the quickest way to get... Ooh, there's some more Rakghouls. This game does have a little bit of like the respawning enemy sort of thing, but it's not too bad. It's only areas like this, and they don't all respawn. Thank goodness. I don't have much in the way of grenades, so we'll just start shooting.
Time to rumble!
Take that! Take that!
Damn, I feel sick.
I still love that every time I'm recording, I also cannot get a good crit on those Rakghouls, when usually I get tons of them. It's really interesting how that happens. Sometimes in this game, even if you do practice runs, I mean, sometimes enemies get lucky, sometimes you get unlucky. It's just part of the sort of RPG experience. Oh, did I go to the wrong door? I thought I went to the right door. Oh, no. It's on the other side of the loop. There's actually 2 doors. Oh, I just talked to you, Mission. Not right now. Later. We will talk to Mission later. But, like I said, there are actually 2 doors. And, I think I already looted this body. But one of them is like a fake door. And I think that's the same on the other side. There's a sewer entrance, and then there's a door you can't get in. So, very odd. So let's go into the sewers. Actually, let's go into the sewers in the next playthrough. I will see you guys next time.